Hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. In this video, we've got a new coffee, yay! It's from Burundi. It's a natural. My first experience with the Burundi was on my hot top like 4 years ago, whatever, and I got intimidated by it. So Burundi's really great coffees. You don't see them a lot on menus and things like that in my experience. Ethiopia usually is the more popular one of the African coffees, but for sure Burundi has some really nice flavor notes, and I think more complexity than the Ethiopia Guji that I had, and even the other Ethiopia that I had before that. And so I was really interested in finding another African coffee that I knew would be like high density, and that could offer just a little bit more complexity in its layers of flavors, which I feel like I found in this green sample of this Burundi that I got. Now, with naturals, you typically, I see that you need to let it rest a little bit before it starts showing its true colors. On the first 24 hours of rest with this green sample, just from the Ikawa, I found it to have some really nice, great, tart cherry acidity. And then, interesting enough, a really solid cinnamon clove note, you know, so it's like spices and stuff. So I was like, huh, that's cool, that's interesting. And so right away in my mind, I was like, this is better than Tiger Mountain in that it has more, like I can pick out more flavors, you know, in the layers of flavors of this coffee. So I was like, I feel like this is gonna be a great deal. Something to replace Tiger Mountain, which is leaving us this month. I've just started my first production roasts, testing, seeing what's up with this coffee. Now, what's really cool with this Burundi, when I've got down my profile, I'll put it out there and stuff like that. But from what I'm seeing on the get, it's like it can take a lot of heat. I start off with a higher charge temp, so 360, so that's my high. For me, because I don't soak. So I start off with a 360 charge. I can actually hit it with a lot of heat for a good amount of time before I get it to first crack, and then I gotta be a little bit more careful, but for the most part, it looks like it handles heat well. Now, this is all assumptions because we haven't cupped it yet. So here's my first attempt, which you can kind of see the color is pretty similar, but here we're seeing less development in the bean, more crags and crevices, and you could see those little black crags and crevices, I guess, in the bean surface, whereas this one's just a little bit more swelled. So 13% moisture loss here, 13.5% moisture loss here, 385.9 or whatever on the finishing temp, 391. So I made sure to do something pretty stark in terms of the differences between the two. And then when I cup them, I'll be able to modulate and really like nail down a final profile and be like, is it somewhere in between, or is it like, do I need to go even crazier with it, more aggressive with it, or do I need to ride it out a little bit more? This one, by accident, I had a pretty short middle phase, maybe 2 minutes 40, something like that, so kind of short, very aggressive, hit it with a lot of heat. This one, but it handled it well, and see, it's like, it's not even tipped. This one, I let the middle ride out a little bit more, something a little bit more standard, like 3 minutes 40, and then 10% finish on the last phase for both of these. So we didn't develop them very long, you know, in the third phase, but more what I was playing around with was that middle phase. Like, do I need to stretch this out and bring out sweetness, or is my goal gonna be like, roast this aggressively, bring out the lively, acidic flavor notes of this coffee? Well, we're gonna see. So this is my first one, this is my second one. We're gonna let these rest a solid 2 days, and then I'll cup them, and hopefully I took some pretty good notes from my sample and see if I'm still hitting those notes in my production roast, and then we'll see where we fall from there. But I'm excited. This one I think is gonna be great too for maybe working again with blends, because I haven't really paid any attention to making any blends, but I feel like I have some time coming up in the next maybe month or so, and so maybe we'll, you know, start to like play around with blends and such. But we've been keeping it pretty simple, right? Just like, hey, I've got this single origin, hey, I've got this other single origin. And before, you know, I'm not just gonna make a blend to make a blend. It's really gotta be something different. So that's another reason too. Like I felt like Tiger Mountain was just a standalone, and I could take it to this level and I could take it to this level. So in a way it was kind of boring. You know, looking back, it's like, okay, cool, like I've roasted it. But as a roaster, I'm excited about just taking in a new coffee. It's a little bit different, and I want to keep doing that. And I may be getting my hands on some Robusta. Somebody asked me about that a long time ago, and finally I found a green supplier who's going to be supplying it. So we're going to get some Robusta in. We're going to be getting another bag of coffee, I think within the next month or two, but there's been a big, massive delay in terms of green coffee being shipped in. And so I think it's probably gonna affect a lot of people who are buying coffee, who wanna buy right now, because there's this delay with shipping. I really wanna get something exciting. I feel like I've been kind of playing it safe in terms of like my choice of coffee. So, but we'll see, you know, cost and timing and all that stuff, and just being, just life in general kind of gets in the way of those kinds of things. But that's what's on my mind, and that's what I plan to do moving forward. So yeah, I'm excited. Here are the coffees. I'll include the roast curves below so you can just kind of take a peek at it and see what I was playing around with. And we'll see, like, are we gonna land somewhere in the middle? Are we gonna be more aggressive? Or are we gonna be more, you know, I guess mellowed out? I don't know, we'll see. But I'm excited. So that's what I've been kind of busy with. I hope all is well, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.